I'm going to talk today a little bit more about Splinterlands from an OG perspective. And the reason that I'm doing this because one of my very, very loyal followers kind of asked me some questions about Splinterlands, and he recently joined. I'm talking about you, Son Yonatan. So this guy is awesome. You should follow him and join his channel. He is very enthusiastic, energetic, excited, and I really like this guy, and this is the type of person that I think is perfect for a game like Splinterlands because you can tell he really takes his time, thinks about things very deeply, and is not just trying to make a quick buck and move on. So that kind of leads into what this video is about, and what I just want to do in very basic elementary terms is kind of discuss how to kind of get started in Splinterlands if you are interested in this type of game and you're interested in earning money by playing a video game, which I think is pretty cool. So first, I would really have to encourage people to understand what you're trying to get out of this game. And there are a million different ways to approach Splinterlands. And some people are just very competitive and they want to reach the top of the leaderboard and they want to be the best player. And that's one track, and that's there's all kinds of benefits to doing it that way. And I think some people just really enjoy the game and the competition and the chess-like strategy. So, if that's you and you just want to focus on that part, I'm going to be less helpful for those people because I am, a decent player. I'm okay. I usually get to gold 1 or diamond 3. I've been at champion levels, but I'm definitely not the best player. There's many players that are much, much better at me just at the actual gameplay. The investing strategy side, I'm probably much more proficient at, and that's probably where I'm going to be more helpful if people are more interested in that. And Splinterlands is such a robust game, and there are so many things to this economy that you can always be a little bit of both, and I consider myself kind of a hybrid in that sense because it's not just a game, it's not just an investment, it's really both, even though there's some people that don't touch either side. There's some people that invest and play that way into the game and never battle or play any of the tournaments or do anything like that at all. And then there's other people that make moderate investments and then just want to play. So the first thing I would say is gather your resources and really dig deep into the game before just diving in and putting a bunch of money into it. Because you do have to realize that you are going to have to invest some money into this game if you want to earn money and you really want to reach those higher levels. So to do that, I would just explore on YouTube and find some of the people that break down the ways to enter the game as a beginner. I'm not a beginner, and I haven't been a beginner for 4 years, so it's actually kind of difficult for me to even know how that process starts because I'm not an expert in starting the game. I started the game when it first launched, and that has given me many different advantages, but I certainly don't really know how that process works anymore because that was so long ago, and the game has grown so much since then. So I guess I would recommend a few YouTube channels that are not me to find out those most basic levels. So I like to watch Dwayne Cunningham. He's so passionate and so interested in these various dynamics of the game. He's got a great channel. I would also say that someone like Bulldog is more of a mainstream player. He's very popular. A lot of people like him. You could probably learn a lot from his previous videos. There's also someone named Aftersound. I really like him as well. And then SplinterlandsHQ with Gank and Walking Keys. Those two guys really have a really in-depth knowledge of the game. And just because I'm recommending all of these channels doesn't mean I agree with everything they say or their strategies or their approach to the game, but they certainly have a lot to offer when it comes to getting started and then understanding the game much more. I learn a lot from these guys as well, even as a player that's been around longer than all of them and probably most people. But having said that, there's all kinds of things that I still need to learn, so that's why I watch these channels, and I think you should as well. Gather as many resources as you can to have a good understanding of the game before you enter. That is the point that I'm making. And then, once you enter the game, having your expectations managed correctly, that this is going to take a while to get a hang of, is also really important, so you don't get discouraged early. And that's something I touched on a lot in my last video, my last long form narrated video. I would also say that there are many different ways to approach this game, even if you're just entering. And one of those things that I would say that you need to do right away is to get familiar with Peak Monsters. So Peak Monsters is a third-party app that is like, you have to use Peak Monsters if you want to be successful in navigating this game, because they offer so many tools as far as just the market and the ability to rent cards and the way to kind of build yourself up as you're going along. And I use Peak Monsters every day, and I know it seems a little odd that you have to use another site in addition to the main site, Splinterlands.com, but I would really recommend that you get familiar with Peak Monsters right away when you're starting the game. The other thing I would say is Discord is... It's a very chaotic place, the Splinterlands Discord, and there's a lot of really strong opinions in Discord and a lot of bad information, but it is a place where all of the players, most of the players gather, and so you're just going to have to use your own critical thinking skills to sort through who is giving you information that's really well. I mean, the moderators and kind of the Mavericks, which is what I am, is someone who has invested a little bit of money in the game and probably has a more of a stake in it, and you might want to listen to a little bit more than just the randos. But that being said, everyone's got information to provide in Discord, and I would definitely join the Splinterlands Discord if you're just starting. Other than that, you might look for like a mentor or someone that can help you. I can help people out as much as I can through these videos, but like I said, I'm not going to be really good or proficient at the very beginning stages, because it has been so long since I've gone through that process. I found how little I know about what it's like to first enter the game in that way. But manage your expectations, use resources, be prepared. And if you do these things and you have the mindset where you want to have long-term value in investment gains potentially, because we don't know for sure what's going to happen. Having said all that stuff, I think that you can thoroughly enjoy and you can actually make money and do really well in this game if you follow those suggestions and stick with it. So if anyone wants me to cover anything more specifically, I might talk about my specific strategies that I've used over the years in another video, but I think that's good for now. So let me know if you have any questions about any of that.